Hey, what's up, you guys? It's your girl JoJo, and I'm coming to you with a quick review for Marriage Boot Camp, Season 12, Episode 1, The Family Edition. First of all, let's start with the fact that I don't really understand why this falls under the realm of Marriage Boot Camp, because everybody on here isn't even married. But the bigger issue is some people aren't even in a relationship where they brought somebody with them. They literally just brought a family member. So I'm trying to figure out, the show's still called Marriage Boot Camp. You need to at least bring a significant other with you, do you not? But child, I guess that small matters to WeTV. Episode starts out with us pretty much being introduced to all of the people on the show, which is usually normal on a reality show. But the difference is we already know these people. So if you watch their show or if you keep up with entertainment in any type of way, you probably have heard their name or know who they are. So the very first people that we're introduced to is Renee. You guys know that Renee was on Mob Wives. I've watched a couple of seasons of Mob Wives, but I wouldn't call myself a fan per se. I always thought the show was interesting enough, and I thought it was interesting to see women outside of black women arguing and fussing and fighting too, because y'all know they act like we the only ones that do it. Even if you don't watch the show, you probably know that Renee was the main headliner on that show. She was pretty much the star of that show. Her father was a mobster, did a lot of stuff back in the day. Her husband dibbled and dabbled, went rat or something of that nature. And they tried to get back together, tried to work their situation out, and she left Joe on the last season of Marriage Boot Camp. So that's what we do know about Renee. Renee is there with her two sisters, Lena and Jenny, I believe their names was. No, Lena and Jen. Lena looks like she is younger than Renee, but that older sister looks dead on just like Renee. Like Jen, I believe her name is. Jen looks just like Renee. They look like twins. At first I thought that could have been Renee's mother, but then I realized it was her older sister. So they're all there together to try to mend their relationship and try to get their relationship back on the right path. They're having communication issues as sisters, and that happens. So that's why they are there, to get their relationship together and to communicate more. The next person we're introduced to is Amber. Amber is a teen mom OG. I still don't understand why that show is still running. Let's get some new moms in there. Let's get some new people. These girls are in their 20s. They are 25, 26, 27, child. Let's move on to some other mothers and talk about folks who are really struggling. These girls have been getting a check for the past 10 years. They all right. Amber is there, and we know Amber, y'all. We remember Amber very well. I remember watching Teen Mom and watching her push up on Gary and hit Gary and fight Gary and anybody else that got in her way. And Gary was a man scorned and beaten. He was always blocking her hits and stop it, Amber. Stop. Amber, stop. We knew that Amber had an anger issue early on. We also know that Amber has had drug issues, addiction issues. She's been to jail. So Amber's been doing a whole bunch in her life. She is there with her fiance. Is Matt her husband or her fiance? Well, she's there with her partner, Matt, and her mother, Tanya, who she has an estranged relationship with. They don't get along. They don't talk. They're there to work on their mother and daughter relationship, as well as their relationship as a family. Then we have Brandy from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I don't watch the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, but my roommate does. My roommate actually watches every Real Housewife franchise. She keeps up, so good for her. But I don't know anything about Brandy. I'll have to ask my roommate a little bit more about her. But I have seen her on different tabloids and People and different stuff. You know, she keeps the story going. So Brandy is there with her father, who she also has a strained relationship with. Her dad does not approve of all of her life choices, and she just wants to let her dad know that I'm going to be me regardless, and you got to love me for me. So that's what they're there for. Then we have Chrissy and Jim. Let me just say this. Chrissy is probably one of the most beautiful people I've ever seen in my life. Like, I've seen a lot of women on reality TV, a lot of personality, and it's not that I haven't thought that those women was pretty as well, but there's something about Chrissy that is just... Her face is so pretty. Like, everything on it is so perfect. Her eyes, her nose, her smile. She is a beautiful woman. And on top of that, I love her accent. I love the way she talks. I love the way her mannerisms are when she moves. You could tell she got like a little tomboy in her. I just think she is a beautiful woman. When I used to watch the first couple of seasons of Love and Hip Hop, she got on my nerves. I felt like she was a little bit not insecure about herself, like her looks or anything, but I felt like she was not as happy with her life, and it reflected onto other people. I also felt like she was the type that wanted to be the boss of everything and liked to be in control of everything. And anytime that somebody kind of, was a little bit more than her, it was an issue. I could also tell she was the type of woman that didn't get along with a lot of females. So that show dynamic was not going to work for her. Hey, I still like Chrissy nevertheless. I think she's a very beautiful woman, and I can't help but to want to look at her, which is the reason why I'm watching this show. She is there with Jim Jones and the mother. Now, the story that they're going with is that they're trying to resolve issues as a family and kind of trying to see how they can simmer some of the arguments before they get bigger, how they can get past some of the arguments they've already been through, and how Chrissy and Miss Mama Jones need to fix their relationship. I'm just here to call BS on the whole thing. There's nothing wrong with Chrissy and Mama Jones. There's nothing wrong with Chrissy and Jimmy. The two of them don't want to get married because the two of them don't want to get married. It has nothing to do with Jimmy not doing this or him being a mama's boy. It has nothing to do with that. Chrissy is comfortable where she is, and Jim is comfortable where she is. There's nothing wrong with their relationship, but I think that Chrissy has taken a liking to reality television. She likes being on TV. She likes acting up on TV. She likes showing her personality and her family on TV, and so they go ahead and get that check. I think Jim doesn't like it. I don't think he cares for it. I think if he could have it his way, he would be a popular rapper again, but unfortunately, those days are gone. And he goes ahead and gets the check too. But there's nothing wrong with their relationship. But I really think he does it because she enjoys it. And it's, you know, if they can have some control in it, it's easy money. They will never work with Mona again, though, because they don't like her. Renee, she gonna be a mess the whole season because she got something to say about everybody who pulls up. Oh, Amber, she's a teen mom. Oh gosh, they're fans. If I wanted fans, I would have went to Staten Island. I would have did this. Like, Renee, girl, you should be glad that somebody is a fan, okay? Then when Brandy shows up, she can't believe they got one of those, okay, one of the Real Housewives. Then she tells Chrissy, you know, before, because we both from New York, we're both New York girls, so it's already going to be a problem there. And let me just tell you, New York people, something, my people up top, I love you, but y'all got to quit acting like y'all just, I mean, it's good to feel like you from the best place in the world, that's fine, but quit acting like y'all just so above and so elite and don't nobody got it like y'all and don't nobody do it like y'all and don't nobody have no attitude. Don't ever sleep. Okay, the attitude can come, you know, from anywhere. It depends on how you was raised, but I know New York people do got a different swag about them, and it's cool. I respect it. I admire it. I like it, but I just don't like when y'all get that snob effect going, because let's keep in mind, a lot of y'all move down here to the South because it's more affordable. If you can afford it and grind it, then stay where you at. I'm going to lose a New York viewer for that. Introductions are out the way, so they go into the living room where they're all sitting around, and Amber is on one. Like, Amber was on one early. For whatever reason, anything that anybody says, she got like a lightweight attitude. Then she starts kind of airing out her own business, the problems that she's having with Matt, and that he's a liar and he's deceptive, and everybody's just kind of looking like, whoa, they putting it on out there early. Tanya, Amber's mother, and Mama Jones kind of have a conversation where they realize they're going through something similar. Like, Tanya doesn't like Matt. She thinks Matt is a manipulative liar that keeps Amber away from her. And Mama Jones feels like Chrissy always want to be right, and they can't communicate with each other because she ain't having that. I'm always going to be the M-O-T-H-E-R. Okay, she could be Chrissy here with and engaged one day, and then she could be Miss Smith the next. We just don't ever know. Okay, but I'm always going to be here. It's her point. So the two of them kind of share a little bond, and, you know, that's cute or whatever. So when they get introduced to the doctors, y'all, for the life of me, why I don't remember the doctors' names. Like, that's the most important thing. But they get introduced to the lady doctor and the black male doctor, and they are just letting them know, we're going to push you. We're going to give you the kick in the behind if you need it. But this is going to be some of the hardest weeks of your life, and we're going to push you to your limits so we can get these issues in this room resolved. All right, so then they have this class, and the class is show and tell. So they go in there, it's real childish. Okay, some people are aggravated with that. And all of them have something they're going to have to show and tell. I'm going to give you an object, and you tell me what you think that means in your life. So we start out with Renee's family. Okay, Renee gets up there, and Renee has a brain. And Renee is just like, I mean, do you guys think I don't have a brain? Do you think I'm stupid? And Lena, who looks like the younger sister to me, I don't know if she is or not, she speaks up and she tells Renee, well, it's not that I don't think you're stupid. I think she's very smart. But I think Renee plays stupid so that we can help her and we can do extra stuff for her. And Renee says, you know, I don't play stupid. I need you. Yeah, I may be a little bit dependent, but it's because I needed the help. I needed my family. You guys don't really know what I've been through. You guys don't know what I've gone through. And Lena is just kind of Lena, you can tell, is like, before they even said it, I could tell she was like the no nonsense sister. She's looking at Renee like, I don't want to hear all of that. You're dependent. You try to play dumb like you need help, but ain't nothing wrong with you. It gets up there. Lena has a knife with blood on it, so it was very gory, and everybody was just like, "Oh, okay, that was kind of serious." But Lena has a knife with blood on it because, like I told you, Lena is cold blooded, and I knew Lena was cold blooded before she got up there. Lena will cut you off. She will stab you in the back. She will do whatever she needs to do. One of the sisters that are sitting there was just like, yeah, you know, Lena is like that. I never thought I would ever have to deal with a sister that was going to cut me off. Lena is just kind of looking at them like, yeah, and I will cut you off. I am that one. If I feel the need, if I feel like I've been dealing with you multiple times and I'm tired of it, I will cut the relationship if need be. And the older sister said, you know what, I get that. I was glad she got it, and I got it too. How many times are you supposed to keep giving and giving and giving and giving and giving it to people just because they're your blood relative? Okay, blood is sticking in water, baby, but you need water to survive. You're not gonna drain me of everything that I have. So I was fine with her saying that. The older sister, Jen, gets up there and she has a long nose. So she tells lies, apparently. They don't believe everything that she says and that she is a liar. Lena says it's not that Jen is the liar, but has Jen not told the truth about a lot of things? Yes. Jen also says that she believes her entire childhood was a lie. And y'all know Renee, when you start talking about that mob life, she get mad. Our entire childhood was not a lie, okay? Our dad did what he had to do to take care of our family. Jen don't care about none of that, okay? It was a lie. The counselors tell Renee, you can't tell Jen how to feel. You were not there, first of all. She got 8 years on you. So there was stuff that she saw that you were not privy to. So next up, we have Chrissy and Jimmy. Jimmy ends up getting a mama's boy bib. He don't care about none of that because I'm a mama's boy. I love my mama. That statement ain't never bothered me. I'm my mother's son. So fine. I'm fine with that. Jimmy is a mama's boy. Not so much like a scrappy mama's boy, but he is a mama's boy. He is his mother's only son, and I will tell you that when you get a mama who has one son, especially if that is her only child, you need to get in good with that mama because they are going to be tighter than tight. They are going to be really close, and it ain't a whole lot that you can do about it. Chrissy ends up getting a runner-up banner, meaning that she's not in first place. Chrissy does have a need to be understood, and she says that they don't really have an issue, her and Mama Jones, but it's really more so about Jimmy doing what he needs to do. All of them are kind of finger pointing at other people and not really facing the real issue, is what the doctors say anyway, but that's because they don't have no real issue. That's why, Doc, but whatever. Mama Jones gets up there. She has a baby with the umbilical cord still attached. So basically, Jim Jones is still on the tick. Brandy gets up there, and this is when it gets interesting, okay? Brandy has a picture of her ex. And this is the picture of her ex because she was heartbroken when she was cheated on. He lied to her. He was cheating with several women. It was the hardest moment of her life. She was all over the tabloids. And, you know, she also has a need to be understood as well. The daddy gets up there, and the daddy got boobs. He got these fake boobs that he's holding in his hand while he's trying to explain why he might have these fake boobs, and it has to do with a lot of the fact that he doesn't approve of Brandy's choices in life. You know, she's out here with her titties out, doing a whole bunch and doing a bunch of extra and exploiting herself, and he don't really care for it. Now, somebody asked the question, I believe the doctors, they asked the question, well, would you be proud of her if she was a Victoria's Secret model? Would you be okay with that? And he said, yeah, I'd be very proud of her if she was a Victoria's Secret model. And the room is kind of like in an uproar, like everybody's kind of mumbling, like that doesn't make any sense to them. It's not really about her sexuality, it's really about her profession. You don't approve of what she does. And the dad tells the doctor, well, you know, I don't really approve of it. You know, I don't really approve of reality television. I care about what people say, and I don't think reality television is good. There's nothing good about being a reality star. Well, you know, you can't be saying that in a room full of reality TV personalities. Matt takes it on home. You know, he really gave you the coup de grace. He really F it up when Matt says, well, that's because people don't talk bad about Victoria's Secret models. They talk bad about reality stars. So I understand what he's saying. I tell you, Renee was so pissed. Okay, she was done with Matt at that moment. So I found it interesting the way that all of the men in the room, they didn't rally together, but they kind of all understood each other. And Amber is really getting the most heated and the most upset back there. And finally, Jim Jones speaks up and was just like, just because he loves her doesn't mean that he has to approve of all of her choices. That doctor looked at Jim and was like, okay, Jim, glad we glad you paying attention and that you talking. So then Jim Jones asked, I don't think he's really familiar with the way that the world works and how this reality television goes. And a lot of times just a bunch of BS that they want to do to pay you some money to exploit yourself. And at the end of the day, it's not really your real life. It's some BS at the end of the day that they're getting you to exploit yourself and do. Amber, child. Now, I don't know who put the battery in Amber's back, but when I tell you Amber got so upset, she acted like Jim directed that to her personally. He wasn't even looking at her. He was looking at well, Jim don't look at nobody, actually. He was looking down. Y'all know Jim, he talked like this. He don't really know. He's not really familiar with the way the culture works and the way reality TV works. Amber is yelling, that's some BS. That's some BS. I've been on reality television for 10 years. For 10 years, and my show is real, and I'm doing this now. We know from watching Love and Hip Hop back in the day, Chrissy do not play about Jimmy. I will never forget that first season when she told that girl, do you have a problem with him? Are you talking to him? Because if you are talking to him, then you're talking to me. So Chrissy is just like, hold on, baby girl. Hold on, babe. All right, I need you to slow down. Like, who are you talking to? He was just giving his opinion. And Amber said something else, and Chrissy was just like, well, maybe he just wants more for his daughter. How about that? Amber gets up, and she was just like, B, who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? She gets up. She's being dramatic. She's walking over to Chrissy. I said, listen to me. Listen to me, Amber. There's a reason why Chrissy continues to wear them big, thick belts, and it's because she's a wrestler. You do not want them problems with that girl. Chrissy, the only person I know that's still wearing a belt like that in 2018. Okay, when she came over there and Chrissy kind of like, she didn't hit her, but she kind of like boxed at her hands like, girl, don't try it. And Jimmy is moving Amber out the way like, listen, I'm trying to save you. I am trying to save you. Security is stepping in because, of course, they don't want Jimmy putting his hands on Amber. The whole thing is getting broken up. It's crazy. And everybody is trying to understand why Amber went from zero to 100 because nobody was even talking to her directly. So once everything kind of gets settled back down, the doctors are having a conversation with Amber, like, what is that? What is this thing that you continue to do? Why were you so upset? And Amber is just like, well, I don't appreciate him saying what he said. Maybe I took the comment the wrong way. The doctor made a good point to her. I feel like you're insecure, and you look for statements to validate your insecurity so that you can go off. And you need to work on that. So when they do their show and tell, Matt gets worms, okay, because basically Matt is a deceptive liar who was on drugs and lied about how many kids he had. Tanya, what did Tanya get? I am having a hard time remembering what Tanya got. I hate that I forgot, but I do know that Tanya mentioned that her and her mother have a good relationship, and she wants that relationship to happen with Amber. I don't remember what Amber got either, but I do know whatever it was, it pissed her off. It made her mad. She didn't believe it was true. According to Amber, she isn't really the one with the issues. Like, she is a little bit angry, but it's really Matt that has a lot of the problem. Matt is the problem, and her estranged mother is the problem. So after all that is over, they get up, they go into the living room. Amber takes the time to try to apologize and say that she may have taken it the wrong way. Jimmy accepts her apology. Chrissy does not, so she's mad about that now. Chrissy said, I don't think you really are apologetic. Just because you weren't around here saying I'm sorry doesn't mean I have to accept it, and I don't think you mean it. They go into their rooms, and all of their rooms are set up and designed based on their situation. So they go into Chrissy's room, and there's a big bed in the middle for the mama, and they got 2 twin beds on the side. And Mama Jones, that's how you can tell none of this is real, because Mama Jones is like, I ain't sleeping in between them. Any mother who really wanted to keep them two apart would have been fine with the setup, but she didn't like Brandy and her father. There's all kind of tabloids of Brandy around the room, a whole bunch of extra stuff, because Brandy has had some, extra work done and a lot of extra going on in her life. They go into Renee's room, and it's a bunch of, sisterly, we don't get along type sister vibes and issues and problems, but they got to sleep in there. The whole family's in one room, okay, for everybody. We get into Amber's room, and there's like drug paraphernalia laying around. There is baby stuff, because I don't know if that's related to her being a teen mom or what. She's upset. She's knocking over toys, and when she see them drugs, she flies off the handle. She leaves and she's just like, I ain't staying here. I'm not finna be in here. You don't trigger an addict. Y'all got pills all over the room. Are you effing kidding me? I'm not staying in no room. This is BS. I'm leaving. That was really the end of the episode. Just introductions to everybody. What did you guys think? Are you going to continue to watch it? I guess I will. Can't make no promises on how much I'm going to review it. But for now, we're on it. Still got to watch Iyanla Fix My Life. Got to find somewhere to watch it. Because I don't, like, even though I plan to watch a show, my life isn't like, I don't have a consistent TV schedule. And I guess if I'm going to be reviewing, I need to develop one. But I don't just be like sitting at home waiting on shows to come on. A lot of times I'm not even at home, which is why I'm always filming in my car. But yeah, I got to figure out how I'm going to watch Iyanla Fix My Life so I can review it. Because, you know, it had Memphis on there and the Mitchell brothers. Okay, it was a back-to-back episode. So I will be reviewing it as soon as I watch it, and I will get it to you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you back here very soon. Thank you and have a great day. Bye.